Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. What I'm about to reveal today sounds almost unbelievable. Prince William and Princess Kate are actively planning to bring Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis to America for the first time ever in 2026. This isn't just a casual vacation. Multiple sources confirm that interactions between security services and UK-US intelligence teams are in progress to prepare for what could be the most significant royal visit to America in decades. We're talking about the future King of England potentially visiting Los Angeles, the exact city where his estranged brother Harry and Meghan Markle have built their new life. The timing is explosive. The 2026 FIFA World Cup, America's 250th birthday celebration, and the potential for the first face-to-face encounter between William's children and Harry and Meghan's children, cousins who have never met. Add to that the security nightmare of protecting 3 royal children in a foreign country, the political implications of visiting during the Trump administration, and you have all the ingredients for either the most triumphant royal tour or the most awkward family encounter in modern history. So grab your tea and get comfortable, because we're diving deep into William and Kate's shocking America plans, why they're really making this trip, whether Harry and Meghan will try to crash it, and what this means for the future of the royal family. The World Cup angle. Wills is planning to come to the US, the official reason for the visit. Let's start with what's being presented as the primary reason for this trip, the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The tournament will be hosted across North America from June through mid-July 2026, with Los Angeles being one of the major host cities. According to sources speaking to The Sun, Prince William hopes to be there with wife Kate and their 3 children for the World Cup. A World Cup source told the outlet, "Wills is planning to come to the US, and we have been told to prepare for what a trip would entail. Interactions between security services and UK-US intelligence teams are in progress." Let that sink in for a moment. This isn't just idle speculation or wishful thinking. Security teams are actively coordinating. Intelligence agencies are in discussions. This is real planning for a real trip. Why the World Cup makes sense. On the surface, this trip makes perfect sense for William and his family. George is a huge soccer fan. At 12 years old, he'll turn 13 in July 2026, George is at the perfect age to appreciate the World Cup. He regularly attends England matches with his father and has shown genuine passion for the sport. William is president of the Football Association. His official role gives him a legitimate professional reason to attend World Cup matches, especially if England is competing. All 4 UK nations qualified. England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland have all qualified for the 2026 World Cup, making this an even bigger deal for British football. It's a work trip. Framing the visit around William's official duties makes it easier to justify and provides cover for what might otherwise seem like an extravagant family vacation. The kids are the right age. George 12, Charlotte 10 turning 11, and even Louis 7 are all old enough to enjoy and remember such a trip. Wait much longer and George might be too busy with school and other commitments. But is the World Cup the real reason for this trip, or is there something bigger at play? The 250th birthday, July 4th, timing and political implications, America's big birthday. Here's what makes the timing of this trip particularly significant. 2026 marks the 250th anniversary of American independence, the signing of the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776. According to page 6, a source in the know claims that William and Kate are set to head to the United States in July 2026, specifically to mark the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. This is a huge deal. America's 250th birthday will be celebrated with massive commemorations across the country. President Donald Trump has even established a White House task force on celebrating America's 250th birthday to ensure a grand celebration worthy of the momentous occasion. The historical precedent. There's historical precedent for British royals attending American milestone birthdays. Queen Elizabeth II visited the United States in 1976 for America's bicentennial, the 200th birthday. That visit was hugely successful and helped strengthen UK-US relations during a challenging period. Kate Mansi, the Times royal editor, confirmed, With her health apparently improving, there has been a suggestion that Catherine and William will make a joint foreign visit this year, perhaps to the US for the 250th anniversary of independence. Queen Elizabeth II visited the US in 1976 for America's bicentennial. So William and Kate making a similar trip for the 250th anniversary would be following in Queen Elizabeth's footsteps, always a safe move for royals trying to avoid controversy. The Trump factor. But there's a complication. The current American president is Donald Trump, who was inaugurated for his second term in January 2025. According to royal expert Paul Burrell, who worked for King Charles, the royal family will need to stroke a certain ego during their American visits. We're dealing with a president who has a huge ego, so you're going to have to stroke that ego, Burrell told Showbiz Cheat Sheet. He continued, Kate played a blinder when the president came to visit here because she charmed him, and he'll never forget that. He's referring to Trump's state visit to the UK in September 2025, when Kate was seen having warm interactions with both Donald and Melania Trump. Despite being in the midst of her cancer recovery, Kate handled the diplomatic aspects beautifully. The two-pronged attack. Here's where the royal strategy gets really interesting. According to Paul Burrell, the royal family is planning a two-pronged attack on America. Prong 1, King Charles and Queen Camilla visit in April 2026, reportedly invited to the White House by Trump. Prong 2, William and Kate follow in July 2026 to finish off the business, Burrell explained. I think that the king is going to rely more and more on William and Kate because he knows that they are the future. He knows they are the most important and most powerful armour in his arsenal, and he's going to rely on them to pincer his visit to America. In other words, Charles goes first to establish the diplomatic groundwork, then William and Kate come in to seal the deal with their youth, charm, and adorable children. It's important for Britain, it's important for America that the royal family can prove their worth, Burrell noted. They are specially placed to please an American president. Why this matters politically. The UK-US relationship is crucial for Britain, especially post-Brexit. The royal family represents one of Britain's most powerful diplomatic tools, what's called soft power. By sending William, Kate and the children to celebrate America's 250th birthday, the UK is honouring the special relationship between the two nations, providing positive PR for both countries, demonstrating respect for American history and culture, building personal relationships between British royals and American leaders. And let's be honest, 3 cute royal kids visiting America is PR gold. Americans love the royal family, and seeing George, Charlotte and Louis on American soil would generate massive positive coverage. The Harry and Meghan problem. Awkward reunion or hostile standoff. They're all planning to attend. Here's where things get absolutely explosive. According to The Sun, Prince Harry is also planning to attend the World Cup. Pals of Los Angeles-based Harry say he too wants to watch games at the stadiums, The Sun reported. Think about what this means. William, Kate and their children will potentially be in Los Angeles, Harry and Meghan's adopted hometown. At the same time, Harry plans to be there for the World Cup. The last time William and Harry saw each other was at their uncle Lord Robert Fellowes' funeral in 2024, and according to sources, they avoided each other during the event. Since then, no communication, no reconciliation, nothing but continued estrangement and barely concealed hostility. The children factor. But here's what makes this situation even more complicated. This would be the first time William's children, George, Charlotte and Louis, would be in the same country as Harry's children, Archie and Lilibet. These cousins have never met, not once. Archie is 6 years old and Lilibet is 4, and they have no relationship with their British cousins whatsoever. Will William and Kate arrange for the children to meet? Would Harry and Meghan even want that? Or will both families go out of their way to avoid each other despite being in the same city? The territory question. There's also the uncomfortable reality that Los Angeles is Harry and Meghan's territory. They've lived in Montecito, about 90 miles north of LA, since 2020. This is their adopted home, their safe space, the place they fled to escape the British royal family. And now William is potentially bringing his entire family to LA for a high-profile, widely publicised visit. Is this William asserting dominance, showing that he can go anywhere, even Harry's adopted city, and be welcomed with open arms? Royal expert commentary suggests William might view this as reclaiming America from the Sussex narrative. For years, Harry and Meghan have presented themselves as the American branch of the royals, the modern, relatable ones who understand American values. William's visit with his own young family could challenge that narrative, showing that the real royals, the ones who will actually be king and queen, can connect with Americans just as effectively, if not more so. Security concerns compounded. If both William and Harry are in Los Angeles at the same time, the security nightmare multiplies. Remember, Harry has been fighting in UK courts for years to have his police protection reinstated when he visits Britain. In America, he relies on private security, but William and his children, as future monarch and future heirs, would have full security details coordinated between UK and US authorities. This creates an awkward disparity, William getting full government security in Harry's adopted country, while Harry struggles to get security in his birth country. The optics are terrible, and the potential for conflict is enormous. Could this force reconciliation? Some optimistic observers have suggested that having the children present could break the ice and force William and Harry to interact. That could make for a bit of an awkward situation, or maybe it could even be the push these two need to start the process of healing their relationship, especially with the kids around to help break the ice, one report suggested. But is that realistic? William and Harry couldn't reconcile at their uncle's funeral, at their grandfather Prince Philip's funeral, or even when both their father and William's wife were battling cancer. If those circumstances didn't force reconciliation, why would a World Cup match? The more likely scenario is careful coordination to ensure the brothers never cross paths, with both families attending different matches at different times, staying in different accommodations, and generally pretending the other doesn't exist. Harry and Meghan are iced out, making matters worse. Page 6 reported that Harry and Meghan are set to be iced out of any official July 4th celebrations. Obviously, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex aren't working royals, so they will not be invited to any celebrations, a source claimed. Any invitation would have to come at the behest of the royal family themselves. So William and Kate could potentially attend official White House events, embassy receptions, and formal July 4th celebrations, all in the city where Harry and Meghan live, while Harry and Meghan are explicitly excluded. The humiliation factor is off the charts. Harry and Meghan living in California while being frozen out of royal events in California would be a devastating PR blow. The security nightmare. Can they keep the kids safe? The logistics challenge. Let's talk about the massive security operation required to protect 3 royal children, including the future king, in a foreign country. Interactions between security services and UK-US intelligence teams are in progress, according to the World Cup source who spoke to The Sun. This level of coordination suggests they're taking the threat assessment extremely seriously. Los Angeles is a massive, sprawling city with significant crime rates and millions of people. Securing royal children there is exponentially more complex than securing them in Britain. What needs to happen for William and Kate to bring their children to America safely? Several things must be coordinated. UK security, Royal Protection Command officers will travel with the family. They'll need diplomatic credentials to carry weapons in the US coordination with British intelligence services, MI5, MI6, US security, FBI protection for visiting dignitaries, Secret Service coordination if they're meeting the president. Local Los Angeles Police Department support private security contractors for additional coverage, venue security, World Cup stadiums must be secured in advance, route planning from accommodation to venues, medical emergency protocols, evacuation plans, intelligence gathering, threat assessment from both US and UK intelligence monitoring of extremist groups who might target royals, social media monitoring for threats, background checks on anyone with access to the family. This is a massive undertaking, involving hundreds of personnel and costing millions of dollars. The Louis factor. Adding to the complexity, Prince Louis has never been on an official overseas trip outside of family vacations. At 7 years old, he's young, energetic, and potentially unpredictable in public settings. George, 12, and Charlotte, 10, have experience with royal tours. They visited Canada as toddlers, and recent public appearances. They understand protocol and can be counted on to behave. But Louis, he's the wild card. Remember his antics at the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, sticking his tongue out, making faces, clearly getting restless during long ceremonies. Now imagine managing that energy in a foreign country with massive crowds, intense media scrutiny, and security challenges. It's a recipe for stress. Historical concerns. The royal family has legitimate reasons to worry about security in America. In 1974, there was an attempted kidnapping of Princess Anne in London. In 1981, someone fired blank shots at Queen Elizabeth II. While these incidents occurred decades ago, they demonstrate that royals are potential targets. Bringing 3 children, including the second and third in line to the throne, to a foreign country requires absolute confidence in security arrangements. The Kate health factor. There's also the question of Kate's health. She announced in January 2025 that her cancer was in remission, but she's still in recovery and follow-up care. An international trip with 3 children, multiple time zones, packed schedules, and intense public scrutiny would be physically and emotionally draining even for someone in perfect health. The fact that Kate is reportedly willing to make this trip suggests her health has improved significantly. As the Times noted, there's been a suggestion that Catherine and William will make a joint foreign visit this year, with her health apparently improving. But it's still a consideration. If Kate's health takes an unexpected turn between now and July, the entire trip could be jeopardised. What this trip really means, beyond soccer and birthdays staking claim to the future. Let's be honest about what's really happening here. William and Kate are staking their claim as the future of the monarchy, and they're doing it on American soil to maximum effect. This trip sends several powerful messages. To Harry and Meghan, you don't own America. We can be just as successful here as you are. To the British public, we're representing Britain on the world stage, even during challenging times. To the American public, the real royals, the ones who will actually be king and queen, are accessible, relatable, and interested in you. To King Charles, we're ready to take on major diplomatic responsibilities. We can handle this. The Kate Charm Offensive. Multiple sources have emphasised Kate's role in making this trip successful. As Paul Burrell noted, Kate played a blinder during Trump's UK visit. Kate's strengths in these situations include natural warmth that doesn't seem fake fashion diplomacy, wearing American designers, colours that honour host nation, ability to connect with children and families, poise under pressure, the perfect combination of approachable and regal. If Kate is healthy enough to make this trip, she'll be the star. American media will focus on her outfit choices, her interactions with children, her relationship with Melania Trump, and her mothering of George, Charlotte, and Louis. The children as diplomatic tools. As much as we'd like to think of George, Charlotte, and Louis as just kids, they're also incredibly powerful diplomatic tools. Americans are fascinated by royal children. Photos of the Wales kids generate millions of clicks and shares. Their fashion choices influence markets. Their personalities come across as authentic and endearing. By bringing all 3 children to America, William and Kate are generating maximum positive PR, showing Americans this is the future of the monarchy, creating lasting memories and relationships. Kids who meet George now might feel connected to him as king decades later, humanizing the institution through adorable children. It's strategic, it's calculated, and it's probably going to work brilliantly. The Commonwealth factor. There's also a Commonwealth angle to consider. While the United States isn't part of the Commonwealth, strengthening the UK-US relationship helps Britain's global standing, which indirectly benefits the Commonwealth. William, as future king, will be head of the Commonwealth, demonstrating his ability to navigate complex international relationships and charm powerful nations is part of preparing for that role. Will it actually happen? The challenge is ahead. No official confirmation. Yet, here's the reality check. Despite all these reports, Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace have not officially confirmed either William's trip or King Charles's trip to America. Representatives for the royal family haven't commented on the speculation. Everything we're discussing is based on sources, leaks, and anonymous insiders, not official palace statements. This means the trip could still fall through for various reasons. Potential deal breakers. Several factors could prevent this trip from happening. King Charles's health. The Sun noted that Charles will be monitored closely in the weeks leading up to the planned transatlantic trip due to his ongoing cancer treatment. If Charles's health declines or his treatment becomes more intensive, the April visit could be cancelled, which might affect William's July plans. Kate's health. Similarly, if Kate's cancer returns or she experiences complications, the trip would obviously be cancelled. Her health remains the top priority. Security threats. If intelligence agencies identify credible threats to the royal family's safety in America, the trip could be postponed or cancelled entirely. Political developments, changes in US-UK relations, domestic political crises, or international incidents could make the trip diplomatically inadvisable. Harry drama. If the Harry and Meghan situation escalates in ways that would make William's visit extremely awkward or controversial, it might be reconsidered. World Cup timing. If England doesn't perform well in early World Cup matches, or if there are security incidents at the tournament, plans could change. The announcement timeline. If this trip is happening, we should expect official confirmation from Kensington Palace sometime in early 2026, probably March or April at the latest. Royal tours require months of advanced planning and coordination. Hotels must be booked, venues secured, schedules coordinated with host nation officials, media accreditation processed, and security finalised. The closer we get to June without an announcement, the less likely the trip becomes. Conclusion: a historic trip or diplomatic disaster. What we know for sure. Let's summarise what we can confirm. Security teams from UK and US are in discussions about a potential royal visit. William wants to attend the World Cup and bring his family. America's 250th birthday provides additional justification. Kate's health has improved enough that the trip is being considered. Harry also plans to attend the World Cup. No official confirmation has been given by the palace, the best-case scenario. In the best case, this trip becomes a triumphant diplomatic success for William and Kate, a memorable experience for George, Charlotte, and Louis strengthened UK-US relations, positive PR for the monarchy, a sign of Kate's full recovery, perhaps even a tentative first step toward William-Harry reconciliation if the brothers happen to cross paths and manage a civil interaction. The worst-case scenario. In the worst case, this trip becomes a security nightmare with something going wrong, an awkward public confrontation between William and Harry, a PR disaster if Kate's health declines, evidence of royal extravagance during difficult economic times, a failed attempt to compete with Harry and Meghan's American appeal, international embarrassment for Britain. The most likely scenario. The most likely scenario is somewhere in between. The trip happens with careful security and planning. William and Harry successfully avoid each other despite being in the same city. Kate performs admirably and generates positive coverage. The children charm American audiences. Some awkwardness around the Harry situation, but nothing catastrophic. Overall success that strengthens William and Kate's standing reinforcement of the divide between working royals and Sussexes. The bigger picture. This potential America trip represents something larger than just a family vacation to a soccer tournament. It's about the future of the monarchy and William's preparation for kingship. The ongoing sibling rivalry between William and Harry playing out on a global stage, Britain's post-Brexit need to strengthen international relationships, the royal family's evolution in connecting with younger, global audiences, Kate's return to full royal duties after her health crisis. Final thoughts. Are William and Kate planning to move their kids to America? Well, not permanently, but they are planning something unprecedented, bringing all three Wales children to the United States for what could be the most significant royal visit to America in decades. The combination of the World Cup, America's 250th birthday, and the potential for a Harry-William encounter creates a situation that's equal parts exciting and terrifying from a royal watching perspective. Will it actually happen? We'll know for sure in the coming months when, or if, Kensington Palace makes an official announcement. But one thing is certain, if this trip does happen, it will dominate headlines, generate intense speculation about the Harry situation, and provide us with weeks of content to analyse. Your thoughts. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think William and Kate should bring their children to America? Is it worth the security risk? Will this trip force William and Harry to interact, Or will they successfully avoid each other? Should Harry and Meghan be included in official July 4th events, or is it right to ice them out? What do you think the real reason for this trip is? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this analysis valuable, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates as this story develops throughout 2026. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.